heard someone talking about Salim Rasool. Oh, wrong place. Good morning.
Good morning.
The doctor is here. Before we get to the serious part, I have something to read to you. From the time Barack Obama was sworn in as a United States Senator to the time he announced he was forming a presidential exploratory committee, he logged 143 days in the United States Senate. How many days the Senate was actually in session and functioning. Or whatever, functioning may be the wrong word, but that was the word used in this quote. After 143 days of work experience, Obama believed he was ready to be commander-in-chief, leader of the free world, and fill the shoes of Abraham Lincoln, FDR, JFK, and Ronald Reagan. 143 days. Remember, just before that 143 days, he was the senator for the state of Illinois, where he voted that during an abortion, if the fetus was still alive when it was extracted from the woman, they should do nothing to keep it living. Anyway, to continue the quote. I keep leftovers in my refrigerator longer than that. You know who said that? If you do everything that's right, she will be your first lady. That's Cindy McCain. Is that a great quote? Taking out my little asides. Oh, it doesn't want to stay in place. Obviously, it's going to be tough on me. Now, if you will get out your workbook, please. Your Razzle Dazzle workbook. We're going to do a few who said it, Democrats, Republicans, and in some cases, we're going to name them. Research has shown that twice as many conservatives believe that they are happy as do people calling themselves liberals. It's a 44 to 25% ratio. And here's the quote. The Declaration of Independence asserts that we deserve not a happiness stamp, not a Department of Happiness, not therapy for happiness, pursuit. Have you any idea who stated that? Anybody got an idea? Was that a Republican or a Democrat? Republican. Do you mind if I take my hat off? Yeah, take it up. It won't stay up and I can't see what I'm doing. Of course, that may be good.
I'm not feeling the dazzle, though.
No. Do I need to dazzle you some more, Tom?
No, you're dazzling.
That was Newt Gingrich in 2004, discussing the pursuit of happiness. This is what we do, all of us. We pursue our happiness. We want our representatives to adhere to that principle. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Oh, that's anemic. They must not agree. Do I hear it again?
Yes.
Who made this assessment of government? Of our government, the United States government. Quote, in the middle of a quote, the real truth of the matter is, as you and I know, that a financial element in the large centers has owned the government of the U.S. since the days of Andrew Jackson. Any idea who may have said that? That's one of the Democrat Party's fondest people, FDR in 1933. Let me tell you, this explains why we do not ever want the Electoral College disbanded. The Electoral College, if it was gone and it was a straight popularity election, the small areas, small population areas like ours, would never have a managing control again in any elected house, because the big cities would control everything. Do you want all the blue cities in our country to run the country?
No.
Get our Republicans elected, ladies. Don't let anyone tell you they want to disband the Electoral College, as the Democrats are constantly moaning about. It was one of John Kerry's favorite little quips. Can't blame him. He's pretty awful. Another little quote. A conspiracy is nothing. By the way, are any of you members of the right-wing conspiracy?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm a charter member. A conspiracy is nothing but a secret agreement between a number of people for the pursuance of policies which they dare not admit in public. Thank you, Mark Twain. You see, not a lot has changed. Over the years, politics is always a rambunctious give and take, push around, and try to undo, like the Northern Virginia Daily and their headline this morning, because we Republicans are here at the Shenandoah Golf Course. Just, that's all done on purpose. It's a rough game, and you have to be prepared that when you speak out for your principles and for your candidates, and if someone comes up against you and says, but that's not right, you say, it is right from my perspective. I'm willing to listen to you. Will you listen to me? And do you know what? If you can get someone listening to you, our principles, because they are founded on that which is correct. It is founded on the constitutional principles that were used to write the Constitution of the United States. This week, some of this in this book, in your booklet, is outdated already. I just finished it Wednesday. Yesterday, I got the Human Events magazine. And Oklahoma is doing something that we should be very proud of. And Delegate Gilbert, I'm challenging you on this one. Charles Key, who is a comparable elected representative, I don't remember what their title is in Oklahoma, but to Todd's position as a delegate in Virginia, brought a resolution to the Oklahoma, both the House and the Senate, demanding that the 10th Amendment to the United States Constitution be readdressed and enforced. Now, what does the 10th Amendment cover? Does anyone here know? The 10th Amendment defines the boundaries of the federal government and that which belongs to the states. And the 10th Amendment says, where's my paper? I can't quote it directly. Thank you. Don't you love it when the general comes through? Well, he's a general. Way to go. Thank you, sir. Mine, 10. Thank you. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it, remains with the states. The federal government is a part of, according to, if you go to Federalist Paper number 45, I'm giving you a homework assignment. You Google Federalist Paper number 45 and read that. Our very own James Madison described the thinking of this and the purpose for writing this. Yes, sir.
I've already agreed to co-sponsor that, and we've already got it in for drafting.
Right. Way to go!
Don't you love it? Don't you love it when a plan comes together?
Look at that bow on her butt.
Let me scoot along here then and see if there's, how much time do I have? I can't remember from the program.
You have, I think, 30 minutes. Wait a minute.
Oh, then I have some time yet.
She has 15.
Let me explain. You will find, if you dig around in here,
You got 15 more minutes.
that we have the preamble of the Republican Party of Virginia. Everything I don't address, you're welcome to read or pitch in the trash. I don't care. But because I got sidetracked with this new thing that came out yesterday from Oklahoma and has now been supported by Virginia, which is fabulous. We are the mother of the nation, and we should be teaching that to the rest of the states instead of Oklahoma, where we ran all the Indians off to. Anyway, here we are. Within the notebook is a preamble to the Republican Party of Virginia's 2008 platform. Now let me explain. I did not know this when we went to the convention, but Virginia, the Republican Party of Virginia, has no mechanism by which it can have a formal platform to bring to its candidates to follow and to be held accountable to. So, when it came time with this platform, that people from all over the state contacted the Resolutions Committee, which was chaired by our own Chris Saxman here in 6th District, and one of the members was Trixie Averill. She's also 6th District. They made up part of the Resolutions Committee, and they received so many single-issue resolutions that Chris went to Newt Gingrich, to their platform of the American people effort, and he worked with them very closely to draw up a document that supports, with supporting evidence and supporting poll numbers, each of these points that are listed in the preamble. I did not print the whole thing out. It's 7 pages, and if you count the number of people here, we're talking an awful lot of ink and a lot of paper and a lot of time. So if you want to get it, you let your president know, or you can let Denise know, and we will explain to you how you can get a copy. I'm sure you can go to rpv.org, www.rpv.org. If it's not there, then get back to your local Republican Women's president, and I will see that she can get in touch with me, and we'll see that you get one. In any case, this past year we worked very hard to get English as the official language of the United States government as a point to be discussed and considered at the Virginia Convention. Never having any idea that it would go as far as that, starting off this idea for a platform for the state. And as a result, we had 579 signatures for and 3 declines. That's quite a ratio, 579 to 3. And the 3 people who chose not to sign were very odd little reasons. One was an elected representative, or elected official, she said, in a city council in the southeast part of the state. And she was afraid she would offend some of her constituents. Another older gentleman, he wanted to have a long debate with me, and I didn't have time to debate it with him, because I think he would have signed it if I had debated with him, but I said thank you and kept going. And then another little lady said, well, English already is. Why would I bother signing? Okay, that's fine. So you see, even 579, with the exception of the woman, it really is 581 to 1, if you want to know. So they put that in this platform, and I made a note in my notes to you in your workbook that it was the 4th item. I was wrong. It's the 3rd item, so I didn't put it in its proper place. But this is very good. I think as you meet with your state officials, state candidates, ask if they are going to support this. Push them. It is your job as a Republican activist to push issues with your candidates. Demand answers, their positions. And then once they get elected, it is equally your job and your responsibility to make sure that they follow through on that. Now, one of the things I'm going to share with you right now are some action results. You may recall that we were quite successful in fighting off amnesty for illegal aliens twice last year.
Yes.
Well, here's how it happened according to Senator Jim DeMint of South Carolina. He's chairman of the United States Senate Conservative Steering Committee. they work very hard at slowing down bills that the Democrats want to get passed. So what they do is, in the process, parliamentary procedure-wise, that they want to slow down a bill. The purpose is not to bring it to the floor, but the purpose is to get it out to us. And they use their committee members to get it to the blogs and to the talk radio people. And they, in turn, are tasked with getting it out to all of us, and we are then tasked to spreading it further. And as a result, we have stopped a number of bills this last year. Didn't you begin to feel power? Yeah. Wasn't it a great moment when you realized that a phone call or an email made a difference?
Yes. Yes.
And one-on-one, it doesn't. But thousands, hundreds of thousands, closing down websites. I remember one situation where we closed down a website because so many came in so fast. Those are the prescriptions you need to follow. It's really quite easy. Now, Senator DeMint says, when you contact your elected representative, and I don't call them officials anymore because in my mind they represent me. I'm not an official, neither are they. Todd, I love you dearly. You're my representative. You are not my official.
I'm officially your representative.
If I may interject, when I was president, I would sign my correspondence, "Your most humble and obedient servant." So our public servants that we elect are servants.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed. See what you learn when you come to a Republican Women's 6th District retreat.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were going to meet General Washington. And that he would be able to support and explain some of the issues. Anyway, Senator DeMint says that the most effective way to reach your elected representative who sits in the high office in Washington, D.C. Don't call Washington. You can send an email to Washington if you want. He says, go to the local office of your elected representative. Hassle them. Call them regularly. If you're not getting a response, call them at the same time every day until you get a response. Because those people that staff those offices are your friends, neighbors, and family. And they don't want to have to say no to you any more than you like to be confronted by someone else. So call them, and do you know what Senator DeMint said? He said, they call us in Washington all upset because they're being overworked in their offices. Overwork them, ladies!
I love it.
It works. It works. Okay, let me see.